Rupal can lift more than 40 pounds. Select the correct inequality. All right, so the correct answer was B, but as you can see, there was about 5 or 6 of you that missed it, so pay attention to a couple things I'm going to tell you. This is very, very, very much all about reading. Okay, it's a reading-based question. It says, Rupal can lift more than 40 pounds. So the first question we always start with is, can Rupal lift exactly 40 pounds? What do you guys think?
Yes. No.
No, guys. If it says, if I said I have more than $10, can I have $10? If I weigh more than 100 pounds, can I weigh 100 pounds? Right? You guys get my point? Okay, if it's more than or less than, you can't have that exact amount. So based on the fact that it can't be 40, it can't be exactly 40, what 2 answers should I have eliminated right away? I should have eliminated letter A and C. Why, you might ask? Because those have the or equal to on there. Those would have to include 40 as a solution. That is not a solution, so 40 is not a solution there. Okay, so now, since we said no, it can't be 40, if she can lift more than 40 pounds, what does that mean? Give me an idea of how many pounds she can lift, or possibly she could lift. Kylie? 42 pounds, 43 pounds, 44 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever. Okay, now, which one of the 2 inequalities that are remaining would these solutions make true? Like if I put 42 in right there, do that in a different color. If I put 42 in right there, or if I put 42 in right there, which one of those is a true inequality? The correct, it's true. Yes. Letter B, because it's trying to eat. She can lift more than that, so it's going to be trying to eat the R, the amount of pounds she can lift. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Let's do another. There you go. Go ahead. Mrs. Savely gave gave homework at most 8 times per year. All right, let's see how we did on this one here. Okay, the correct answer is going to be A. Now, there were about 7 of you that missed it here, so everybody watch carefully. Mrs. Savely gave at most, Mrs. Savely gave homework at most 8 times last year. So my question we're going to start with every single time is, could she have given homework exactly 8 times? Yes, because at most includes that number, right? So what 2 answers can I eliminate due to that? The fact that we include 8 in our solutions. Yes? I can get rid of both B and D because those are just less than or greater than. Those aren't going to be including the 8 in your solutions. Everybody understand that? So, how many times could she have given homework? How many times could Mrs. Savely have given homework this year? Yes? No, at most?
Oh, no, at most, sorry. I'm sorry. 6.
6, 7, 4, or 0. Anywhere between 0 and 8, right? So which one, I mean, you could pick any one of these. I'll just pick 7. Which one of these inequalities would 7 make true? Yes? Letter A. Because we are saying the solutions, the amount of homework assignments she gave is less than or equal to 8. So it's anywhere between 0 and 8. Or you could say 8 or less. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's move on. Okay, now, this is an awful lot of people to have missed this. Okay, I thought this one would be, I'm not going to say easy because I don't make it feel bad. I just thought there'd be more consistent answers than what I'm seeing. I saw a lot of different answers here. We'll go through it. We'll practice here. We'll hopefully get it. First of all, number 1, everybody in this room should have known number 1 was C. Why should everybody in the room know that number 1 was C? What should have been the first thing that tipped you off? That was the easiest one up here. Why, Ron? It's a closed dot. And it's the only closed dot out of these 4. So a closed dot means it has to be either less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, right?
Yep.
Well, as I look through, the only one that has that is that one. Right, guys? So everybody should have started with C. I get a little bit concerned. Now let's go ahead and check one. Pick a number to plug in there anyway. I'll just pick 1. Is that a true statement, guys?
Yeah.
There we go. We know we're good there. Now we'll go to 2, 3, and 4. This is where it got a little bit more tricky. Okay? And as I pull up the answers, how many started with C? So at least these 5 right here, at least started with C. Okay? So now we'll go to number 2. So I see that it's an open dot, so it's either greater than or less than, right? And we know that that is going to be on -1. So the only two that have -1 in the number is either A or D, right, everybody? Okay. So we just got to figure out whether we're talking about solutions greater than -1 or solutions less than -1. So I just pick a number. I'll just pick a number right there, -5. And I'm going to put it right there, and I'm going to put it right there. Which one of those two is true, guys? Is -5 greater than -1, or is -5 less than -1? -5 is less than -1, so that would have to be that one there. Everybody got that? Now, number 3, we just found out if that's less than -1, wouldn't this have to be x greater than -1? Again, pick a number in the solution zone to just check it. And then if you plug that in, is 5 greater than -1, guys? And then finally, number 4, obviously the dot's right there on -5. We're talking about -5 right there. And we're talking about solutions to the left, which are smaller. So is that a true statement, guys? So we know that that is B. Does everybody see how we did that? All right. All right. Here we go. I want everybody to do number 1. And you have to prove it. This is what a lot of people missed on the formative. They simply just put true or false. You are not allowed to. You must prove why it's true or prove that it's false. I showed you 2 ways of doing that. All right, guys, listen up. So this one, hey. All right, the correct answer was false there. Now, we did have one person put true. Okay, so that person, make sure you're paying attention. I showed you 2 ways to do this type of question. Now, the first way that I feel like is the easiest is simply to solve this equation. So we're just going to go ahead and draw the line, ask ourselves what is happening to the variable, which is being multiplied by 8. So we would be dividing by 8, dividing by 8, dividing by 8 there. That's going to be x equaling, it ends up being 1.5. Okay. Now, obviously, is that what x equals supposed to equal? So clearly that's false right now. Now, that's one method of doing it. The other method is the plugging in and the evaluating method. Now, if you use the evaluating method, I need you to actually write 8 times 4 and that equals 32. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
So that you would show me, okay, that equals 32, that equals 12. Those cannot be the same thing. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
That's why everybody missed it, because they did not prove it. You have to prove all true and false and all matching questions. Understood? All right. Let's go on and let's do number 2. Same way. Okay. So the correct answer was false once again. Now I had about 5 of you thinking it's true. All right. So obviously, if you draw your line, we see that x is being divided by 4. So we've got to multiply by 4 to both sides. You learn that x in this equation has to equal 144. That's the only solution there. Clearly, that's not 9. Now, that's one way you could check it. The other way you could do it is, once again, just take this and plug it in. So you would write this as 9 divided by 4, and you would say that equals 2.25, which certainly is not 36. So that's false. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, not everybody got to finish there, but the correct answer was ACBD. ACBD. Okay, all right. So the majority of you got it right. 16 of you got it correct. So maybe about 6, 7, 8 of you guys did not get it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and solve all these, because you have to prove that to me, right? What are you doing? What is that? Where's your work at? You didn't even do it. Okay, so here we know that we're 8's being taken from P, so we're going to add 8 back to it. That's going to leave us with just P being greater than 12. Here we're going to be subtracting 2, subtracting 2. That's going to leave us with P being less than 12. Here we're going to be dividing by 3 to both sides, leaving us with the fact that P is greater than or equal to 12. Down here we're going to be doing times 12 to both sides, right everybody? times 12 there, and that's going to be leaving us with P less than or equal to 12. So as I look at number 1 now that I've got them all solved, which you have to do tomorrow on the summative, on whatever day you're taking it, okay? So because that's P greater than 12, what two answers can I eliminate from being number 1, first of all? What two can be eliminated since that's just greater than, Dylan?
D
And?
and B.
B and D, because those are closed dots, right? So we know it's either A or C. So I can kind of do something like this where I can say, okay, that's either A or C. Okay? So now, as I'm looking at it, I'm going, okay, A or C. Now I've got to figure out which one is showing. What is this asking for? Is this saying solutions being greater than 12 or less than 12, guys? Yep, greater. So which one of my two graphs, A or C, is showing shaded greater than 12? Letter A, right?
Yeah.
Right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we are going to go to this one. Now this it kind of tells you what the answer is, because if we've already eliminated A, the only other one with an open dot is letter C, but let's just check it anyway. 11 is supposed to be in that area, right? So if I put 11 in there, is that a true statement? Yes, it is. So that's gone. Now, here we are with these two. We know that B and D are the only ones left. They're both closed dots. So this one is showing P solutions are greater than or equal to 12. So the only one that's showing greater than would be the one arrowing to the right, so letter B. And then obviously that last one would be letter D. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and do this one, guys. All right. Okay, so the correct answer was D there. Okay. Now, obviously this right here says the blue block weighs 8 pounds. We do not know how much the red block weighs, right, guys? But we know that together they weigh at least 12 pounds, right? Right, everybody?
Yeah.
So the first question I always start with, can the two blocks together weigh exactly 12 pounds?
Yeah.
Yes, so we know it's going to be or equal to. What two answers can I eliminate right away because of that? What?
A and B.
A and B are gone. So for anybody that put A or B, and we did have 3 of you that chose that, it can't be A or B because at least would be, it could be 12 or more, right? All right, so we know it's going to be that. Now it comes down to whether it's a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Okay? We know that it could be 12 pounds, but give me some other amount. What other weights could it be? How much could they both weigh together, Alex?
13.
13, 14, 15, anything like that. And if I thought about 13, 14, or 15, what would this be, a greater than or equal to or less than or equal to? Yeah, it'd have to be that one because you're saying that these are more than, or at least would be more than or that amount. So 12 or more. So we know it has to be D here. Everybody got that?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, guys. So we know that the correct answer there is definitely A. Now we had a lot of different answers, so everybody pay attention. If I have 3x being greater than 12, what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to solve it. So I'm going to divide 3, which you guys all know how to do. That's going to tell me where my solutions are. I know that my solutions have to be greater than 4. So that would include 5, 6, 7, and anything going that direction, right?
Yep.
Okay? So when I look here, I say, okay, 4. Is 4 greater than 4?
No.
No, so that is not a solution, so that's the only one. The rest of these all would be greater than 4. 5 is greater than 4, 6 is greater than 4, 7 is greater than 4. So this one here, the correct answer is going to be letter D. Okay, now we had half of you putting B. We'll talk about it here, but everybody just watch. So it says Matt made less than 2 pointers. So the first thing we're going to do is, could Matt have made exactly 2 pointers? If he made less than 2 3-pointers, could he have made exactly 2? No. So what 2 answers does that eliminate right away? A
and C.
That eliminates both A and C because those would include the number 2, right, everybody? Now we just have to figure out, okay, these are the amount of shots that he made. If he made less than 2, that means he could have made 0 or 1, right?
Yeah.
That's his only options. Which one of these would 1 be true on? Letter B or letter D? Yep.
D.
Letter D. That would have to be the correct one. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do another one of those. Okay, we'll do number 3. Go ahead. All right, so correct answer here was letter A, I think. Okay, so we had a lot of different answers. Once again, a little bit concerning considering the test is tomorrow and we're still missing quite a few of these. Jack has at most $1 in his wallet. Let's start here. Can Jack have exactly $1 in his wallet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So what 2 answers can I eliminate right away? Yep.
B and D.
B and D, because those would not include $1, right? Okay. So if he has at most $1 in his wallet, how much money could he have? Could he have $0?
Yeah.
Could he have 50 cents?
Yeah.
Right? Now, those are your solutions. Which one of these 2 inequalities would you be able to put those solutions in and make true? Yep.
A.
Letter A. You're saying his amount of money that he has in his wallet is going to be less than or equal to $1, which would include 50 cents, $0, 25 cents, 75 cents, whatever. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to something else here. I'd like you guys all to do number 3. Now, remember the big key word here. What's the key word on these ones, guys? You guys remember?
Prove.
You have to prove it. If you simply put T or F on the test, it will be wrong regardless of whether you put T or F. Okay? So we'll end this here. Okay, the correct answer was false there. Now, let's go through. I will show you the 2 ways in which you could have solved this. So the first way you could answer it is just solve your equation. And that's probably the easiest way because you guys all know how to do it. So you'd be adding 2/5, adding 2/5. Now I noticed that a lot of you just realized, well, if I'm adding the whole number 2 and I'm adding 2/5 to it, it's going to be 2 2/5. Now the one issue with that is, that's a mixed number, that's an improper, so you probably had to go around the barn with it and realize, oh, that's 7/5. So are they the same? Huh? No, they're not the same, so that's one way to prove that they're false. The other way you could do it is you could simply say, I'm going to plug this in. Now, if you plug it in, you actually have to rewrite it. That's part of the proving. Yes?
Wouldn't that be 12 fifths?
That's what I meant. Sorry. 12/5. My bad. So 12/5. I was thinking 1 2/5. Sorry. All right, so it'd be 12/5. Regardless, yes, that wouldn't be the same anyway, so it's still false. But I want you guys to see this. If you want to do the evaluate method and you just want to plug this in, that's fine. But if you just draw an arrow, that's not good enough. Here's what I would need to see. 8/5 minus 2/5. Oh, and that gives me 6/5, which is not that. So that's why it's false. Everybody see that? So you can either solve it or you can evaluate it by plugging it in. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Let's do this one here. Number 4. Same way, true or false, but you must prove. Okay, here we go. Oh, we all got that one right. Good. I'm still going to go over it just for the video. But obviously, guys, if you're going to use the solve method, you would ask what's happening to the variable. You would undo it by subtracting by 2.5, subtracting 2.5. That will teach you that n is going to equal 2.4, right?
Yeah.
Clearly not that, so that's false. The other way you can do it is you can take this and plug it in. But if you're going to do that, you actually have to show me that 2.5 plus 7.4, that equals 9.9, right? And that's not that. And that's not that. Everybody see that? Okay. Just making sure you understand what work I'm requiring because I'm going to be picky. Everybody hear me? I'm going to be picky. Okay. Okay, guys. This one here, the correct answer is going to be letter A, I believe. I think, anyway. See you in a minute. Yep. Okay. So, as you guys look at this, there's going to be one like this on the summative. There was one like it on the formative, very similar. Using words like at least, at most, more than, less than. We've got to understand those words. Okay? It says the blue block and the red block are on a scale. So imagine this is our scale right here. Okay? And the blue block weighs 3 pounds. And the red block, we're not sure how much that weighs, right? But what we do know is that together, they weigh more than 12 pounds. So first question we always ask, can they equal exactly 12 pounds together? Come on. No, if they're more than 12, that's exactly what it means. They weigh more than 12. So what two answers can I get rid of right away based on the fact that they can't weigh a combined 12 pounds? Yes? C and D would be eliminated from our selections here. Okay, which we had a couple of you pick that. Okay, so now we know it's either going to be just greater than or it's going to be less than. So we've got to think what that means. So the best way I like to think is, okay, let's ask ourselves, we know that the two blocks together can't weigh 12 pounds exactly. How much could they weigh? How many pounds can these things weigh? Give me just throw out a random number. Yep.
15.
They could weigh 15. Yep. What else? Yeah. 13, 14, anything. Right? 13 or bigger, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to do this, you would say, okay, this is one of these, right, would have to go in there to make it true. Which inequality symbol would make that true? It would have to be greater than, right? So letter A. Everybody see that and understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Are we getting that? Getting a little better at that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's go on. Let's do this one right here. Go ahead. Okay, guys. Here we go. So I'm going to end this. The correct answer was C. That's quite a few people to have missed this. But this was one of the most missed questions on formative, so that makes sense. So we'll do another one after this to practice. But everybody be watching here. The easiest way that I can tell you to do a question like this, guys, is the first thing you should do as well. What do you guys think? Just solve it. Figure out what solutions are. That's how you solve it. So what's happening to the variable? It's being divided by 8, so you got to multiply by 8. That tells me that my solutions are less than or equal to 16. Then you just take these and plug these numbers in. 16. Is that a solution? Is that a true statement, guys?
Yes.
Yes, so if it's a solution, then we eliminate it. No, that is a solution. So we want to know which is not a solution. Let's take 4. Is 4 less than or equal to 16? Yes, it is. So that is a solution. So we want to eliminate it. Okay? Is 24 a solution?
No.
No, it's not. This is the one that's larger than 16, so clearly that isn't right. And then finally, just take 8 and make sure, is 8 less than or equal to 16?
Yes.
Yes. All of these are solutions. 24 is not. The other way you could do it is you could just plug them all in, right? You could take 16, plug it in there. What's 16 divided by 8?
2.
Is that a true statement?
Yes.
So yeah, then 16 is the solution. Take 4, plug it in. 4 divided by 8 is 0.5. Is that a solution? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. 24 divided by 8 equals 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 2? No, it's not.
No.
See how we did that, guys? Are we understanding that?
Yeah.
A little bit better?
Yeah.
Let's try another one like that. Okay, guys, let's see how we did here. Okay, I think we got it figured out now. One person still missed it, looks like, but obviously the thing you should do is you should just go ahead and solve it. See that r is being divided by 3, so let's multiply it by 3. That's going to tell me that my r solutions are greater than or equal to 6. So all you have to do is figure out which one of these is not greater than or equal to 6. Clearly the only one there would be 3, right? Like I said, the other way you could always do it is just plug in. You could do that if you wanted to, or you could solve and just figure out which one of those wouldn't make r true. Okay? Start this. Okay, so this one here, I think the correct answer is B. We did have 4 of 5 of you thinking C there. Okay, so it says after Mr. Thompson spent $8 of the money he earned officiating basketball, he had $30 remaining. So obviously X is how much he started with. So however much money he made coaching basketball, that's what we can figure out. But when we're spending $8, wouldn't that be subtracting 8?
Yes.
And doesn't that equal the remaining amount of money?
Yes.
So if we were to solve this, you didn't have to. We would obviously learn that, oh, well, Mr. Thompson evidently, every time he officiates basketball, he makes $38. He spent $8 of it, but he started with 38. So right there is your equation that you had to write. It's got to be X minus 8. For those of you that did C, that would be if he made $8 more, maybe doing something else. I don't know what it was. But doing something else, then he started with 30. He made 8 more, then he finished with 38. Okay? But he's spending. That's taking money away. Let's go ahead and do this one now. Okay. So here the correct answer is definitely A. Okay, once you missed this one. It says Mr. Zenker has 3 times as many sports cars as Mr. Garrison. Mr. Zenker has 30 sports cars. Write an equation to represent how many I have. Well, if he has 3 times as many as I have X. 3 times X, wouldn't that give you the amount that Mr. Zenker has? So obviously, if I were to solve this, I would learn that Mr. Garrison must have 10 sports cars. Because 3 times as many would be 30. So that's why it's letter A. You wouldn't be dividing it by 3. That would be if we did it opposite. If I had 3 times as many as he did. Does that make sense? Well, but that doesn't matter. I'm asking you to show me the equation, not the inverse operation. Okay? Okay, guys, listen up. Shh. Quiet, 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 quiet. All right, now this one, the correct answer is B. But we had a lot of you do the same thing as you did on the formative, so everybody pay attention so we don't make this mistake. What it's really trying to get you to do is do something like this. 8H being greater than 48. What that means is the amount of money that he made per hour times the amount of hours had to be greater than 48 because he made more than 48. I didn't expect any of you to do this. I think that's higher level than we can do right now. But if you were to solve this, you would end up getting H being greater than 6. So for those of you that said, oh, he made more than 48, okay, 8 times 6, that equals 48, right? Is 48 more than 48? No. So that one can't be the answer. Okay? The best way you could go through and do this, in my opinion, is just multiply the number of hours times the amount per hour. So times 8, times 8, times 8. 6 times 8, that's 48. 7 times 8, that's 56, right? 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 8 is 32. Ask yourself real quick, which one of those would actually be making more than $48? There's only one answer, and that's letter B. 48 would be exactly. Now, if he said at most $48, yeah, that would be the answer, right? Or at least would be both A and B. But these other ones, he's making less than or equal to. So that's not right, that's not right, that's not right. Everybody understand that? Let's do this one real fast. Everybody listen? Shh. See if we did better this time. Okay, a little bit better, but still not great. The correct answer was C. Now, once again, if I'm making $5 per hour, and these are the amount of hours I worked, I'm just going to multiply all these by 5. That's the easiest way to do this one. Okay? If I did that, this A would be $50, is how much I made. B would be what? 15 times 5, 30, 60, 75, right? This one would be $40. This one here would be $55. So now let's read the question. It says last week, Mr. Zenker made less than $50. So first of all, for the people, once again, that made the same mistake for the one person, could he have made exactly $50 if he made less than 50? No, so that one is eliminated because of that. Okay, letter B, which we had several of you, or a couple of you put B, well, that would have been if he made more than $50, right? Says he made less than 50, so that's not less than 50. 55 isn't less than 50. The only thing that's less than 50 would be making $40. Therefore, 8 hours is the only amount of hours that he could have worked. So you guys are going to tell me which inequality would represent Mr. Glassburn yelled at least 38 times today. Okay, so this question right here, you can see that the majority of you selected C. Shh.
Sorry.
Okay, so the first question that we're going to ask here is we are going to say, could Mr. Glassburn have yelled exactly 38 times during class today? Yeah. Yes, he could have. That is absolutely yes. Because of that, what 2 answers can I eliminate right away, Brian? B and D have been eliminated because those would not include 38. So now, if he yelled at least 38 times, how many times could he have yelled during class? How many times? Give me the clue. Good, yeah. He could have yelled 40. He could have yelled 39. He could have yelled 41. And anything 39 or larger, right? Or 38 or larger. So which one would be showing 38 or larger being a solution? Yep, it'd be letter C. This would be showing the amount of times he yelled being less than or equal to 38. So that would be 37, 36 if he did it at most 38 times. Everybody got that? Mr. Zenker can lift at most 12 pounds. Okay, guys. So this one, now we still had a few of you missing it, about 5 of you missing it. So the answer was A. 15 of you got it correct. So we know the answer's here. The first place we're going to start once again is, could Mr. Zenker lift exactly 12 pounds?
Yes.
Yes, he could. So right away, what answers can I eliminate from my possible answer choices here? Because I can do, he can lift exactly 12 pounds. Sammy?
B and C.
B and C would be eliminated because those would not include 12 pounds. So looking back to the answers, we had 2 of you select C. Okay, at most would include 12. Now, if he can lift at most 12 pounds, what does that mean? That he could lift 11 pounds, or 10 pounds, or 9 pounds. Which one of these is showing the solutions being less than or equal to 12? Clearly, it would be A, right?
Oh,
All right.
I got confused.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, the red.
Go ahead and do this one, guys.
No, 15 is one.
All right. Okay. So the correct answer here is letter C. Once again, quite a few people are missing them, so make sure you're listening to try to understand, because you will have one just like this. First of all, we know the blue block weighs 5 pounds, right, everybody?
Yes.
Do we know how much the red block weighs? No, we do not. Okay? First question we're going to start with is combined. Could the blue and the red block weigh a combined 12 pounds exactly? Okay. So because of that, what 2 answers can I eliminate because of that? That yes, they could equal 12 pounds. Yep. A and B would be gone because those would be saying that the red and the blue would have to be either more or less than the 12 pounds there. We are including, so we know that it's going to be an or equal to, so it's either going to be less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Well, if both blocks weigh at most 12 pounds, how much could they weigh? How much could they weigh? Potentially, yes. They could weigh 11. They could weigh 10. They could weigh 9. They could weigh 8. So if these were your solutions to the inequality, and 12 is on the other side, are we talking about less than or equal to 12, right, everybody?
Yeah.
So the answer is C.
I get it.
Everybody got that?
Yeah. Will I hear my voice tonight?
Probably.
All right. Let's check this one out here. See how we did. Okay. We have a lot of people selecting C. And that is the correct answer. Now, I knew that there would be quite a few of you. Actually, I thought there would be more select A there. We'll talk about why. Now, when we do these, we've got to remember, how many solutions are there for M for this question? No.
Unlimited.
Infinite. There's an infinite amount of solutions. So here's how you figure out the solutions, like what solutions are true. You're going to go ahead and solve it, right? Times 8. That's going to tell me that M has to be less than or equal to 16. Once you know that those are your solutions, that all your solutions have to be less than or equal to 16, I look over here and say, okay, is 16 less than or equal to 16? Hello?
Equal.
Is 16 less than or equal to 16?
Yes.
Yes, so that is a solution. So that isn't the right answer because it wants to know which one is not a solution. 4. You put 4 in there. Is 4 less than or equal to 16? Yes, that is a solution. So it's wrong. 24, is that less than or equal to 16? Not solution. Is 8 less than or equal to 16? Yes. So those 3 right there are solutions. So the one that's not would be the one that's actually greater than or equal to 16. Everybody got that?
Can we go over another one of those?
All right. All right, guys, let's see how we did. Okay. Let me end here. Okay. We had more people get it right, but still quite a few of you not getting it correct. Okay. So we have R divided by 3, same type of question as the last one. We draw our line. We ask what's happening to the variable. Please don't do that with the markers. It's just waste. The R is being divided by 3, so we're going to multiply it by 3. We learned that our R solutions have to be greater than or equal to 6. Okay? So ask yourself, is 6 greater than or equal to 6?
Yes.
Yes, that is a solution. So you would eliminate it from options here because this is which is not. 12, is 12 greater than or equal to 6?
Yes.
Yes, so that's a solution. is 3 greater than or equal to 6?
Oh.
No, is 9 greater than or equal to 6?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, everybody see how to do that?
Yes.
By the way, just in case you guys were wondering, the other way you could do that one, if you wanted, is you could just take all these and plug them in. So like take 6 and plug it in there and say, okay, what is 6 divided by 3?
2.
It's 2. Is 2 greater than or equal to 2?
Yes.
Yes, so that one would be eliminated. If I looked at 12, if I put 12 in there, 12 divided by 3 is 4. Is that a true statement?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. If I put 3 in there, what's 3 divided by 3?
1.
Is that a true statement? No, and that's why it's not a solution. Either way is fine. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like everybody to do number 1 there. But remember, what's the key word here, guys?
True or false?
True. Okay, guys. The biggest thing here when you guys miss these is a lot of people were just simply circling either true or false. That's why a ton of people missed it. Okay? They were just simply saying, oh, that's true or that's false. You can't do that. You must prove it. Now, the easiest way to prove it, in my opinion, is just to go ahead and solve it. I see that x is being divided by 5, so I'm going to undo that by multiplying by 5. And that's going to give me x equaling 60. Clearly, is that what x is supposed to equal? So no, that's false right there. Or the other way you could do it, if you were going to show the other way, you actually have to show this if you were going to plug it in. If I took this and did 7 divided by 5, I'm going to get 1.4. What is it? It is 1.4. Okay. 1.4, and then obviously that isn't that. You would have to show me that step right there. You guys all hear that?
You have to show you,
You have to show me the step.
or else it's gonna be wrong.
It's going to be wrong. I don't care whether you get the true or false part right. You have to prove it to me.
No.
Not just going to give points for you guessing.
No, what if you did this
Not
part?
gonna
You
work.
still have to plug it in.
Okay. Number 2. Go ahead. True or false? Okay, so this is my equation here. Let's see how we did. Okay, the majority of you, obviously the overwhelming majority, just one person selected true there. If you were to solve this, you would say, okay, 4 is being taken from x, so we're going to add 4 to both sides. Add 4. That's going to give me x equaling 19, which clearly that would make that false, right? Because it says x equals 11. The other way you could do it is you could take this and plug it in. You could do it this way. You don't have to. 11 minus 4, that equals 7. Is that what it was supposed to equal? No. Okay. All right, let's go on to number 3. Go ahead. True or false? Prove it. Okay. Okay, the answer once again was false. I think I made all these false for some reason. All right. So, look, guys, when you solve this, check it out. I kind of threw a little trick at you, but you got to be real careful. When you're adding 4/5 to both sides, what is 4/5 plus 1/5? It is 5/5, which equals what? 1. So m equals 1, not 5. Okay, now if you were to plug that in, you would say, okay, 5 over 1 minus 4 over 5. You would have to show this if you wanted to do the plug-in method. You'd have to find a common denominator, do whatever you did to the bottom to the top, and then you would end up getting 21/5, which obviously isn't 1/5. Okay? All right. Let's do number 4.
Can you open it up?
Okay? This one is going to be true. Okay? Looks like 2 of you said it was false.
Because you said so.
Okay? Well, because I was I did all these on the other parts of the video, and they were all. I think all those ones were too. Okay, so here we would be taking away 2.5 since 2.5 is being added to it. When you do that, you learn that n does equal 0.7, which is what it was supposed to. If you were just plugging this in, 2.5 plus 0.7 would give you 2.7, which, sorry, my bad. Jeez, not again. 3.2, yes, I know. 3.2, yes, there we go.